Hi there, this is Teresa. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to look and see how you think your person feels about you versus how they actually feel. We're going to see if you're actually correct about what this person that's on your mind, the person in your heart. You may presume that they feel one way about you, but it may be different, maybe the same. We're going to find out. We're going to do Aries through Pisces. Keep in mind it's general collective. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, we're going to start with Aries first. Aries, how do you think this person feels about you versus how do they actually feel? Okay, so you think this person feels like you are their end-all be-all person. You think this person feels like you are marriage material, hubby-wifey material, full-blown commitment material. You feel like this person is slowly going to make you that offer. How they actually feel... This person is actually very rigid about giving up their singleness. They're also somebody who does not want to share their finances. They do not want to give. If they own a business, they don't want to have to give part of their business away if they were to ever get divorced. They feel like they're happy with not giving a full-blown commitment. So you are very much misaligned with how you think this person feels about you versus how they feel. Why is that? Okay, so it looks like you are fighting your head and your ego is getting the best of you of seeing the truth of the situation. You may be making excuses. Well, they're going to eventually give me the commitment because they've been working on a project for work, or they're going to eventually come around. They just have been busy building their business. It's like you're justifying and giving yourself excuses as to why they haven't given it to you yet, but you just know they're going to give it to you, but they don't have intentions to. They're in the Nine of Pentacles. This is somebody who doesn't really need anyone and doesn't necessarily want somebody to commit to. So let's get you one self-help card of advice. What is the advice for Aries that they need to hear at this time when it comes to this situation? What does Aries need to hear? Having a healthy lifestyle, number 32. You could be 32 years old or 23. It says, I'm conscious of the force of nutritious food and know that a healthy lifestyle is not just a trend, but it's fundamental for a happy life. It feels like whatever you're putting in your body, if you're doing like drugs, you're drinking a lot, you're putting a lot of toxic stuff in your body, you are not allowing your body to be able to see clearly what the truth of the situation is. The universe wants you to get a little bit more healthy with what you're putting in your body or what environment you're around so that you can really see the truth of the situation and clear that out. All right, let's move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus, how do you think your person feels about you versus how do they actually feel at this time? Taurus and their person, how do you think they feel versus how they actually feel about you? Taurus. You think this person is confused. You think that this person is somebody who is maybe a lone wolf, someone who has been hurt and disappointed in their past. You feel like this person is just blinded to the truth of who you are to them. How they actually feel, you're pretty on par. They do have a lot of hurt. Maybe they've had a lot of death around them. Whether it's literal lost people in their life, you know, maybe they lost their parents when they were young, they don't have any siblings, they've lost maybe they've lost a child, maybe they've lost their pet. They've had a lot of things ending around them. Maybe they've lost their job and their home and their car, and they are in an observative energy of antitrust. So the way you feel about this person, the way they think about you, you are pretty on par that this person does feel confused in their life. And definitely not a trustworthy person. They don't feel like they can trust anyone. It has nothing to do with you. This person has a lot of work that they need to do. So let's get one card of advice for Taurus. What is the self-care advice, healthy advice that Taurus needs to know at this time? Number 30, you could be 30 years old. I am blooming. I'm full of authenticity because I bloom exactly the way I was always meant to be. This is you recognizing your value and worth and being able to plant roots into connections that you're going to receive the benefit and reward. Being able to have hope and optimism with that rainbow. It's all about, there's always light at the other end. And this connection, this person is not, they're in a very much wounded warrior energy. They're not in a high vibration. And if you choose to plant your roots in a connection where somebody is not in the high vibration like you are, it can bring you down. You can actually grow weeds in your own garden, which are going to be very difficult to get rid of. So just keep blossoming for yourself and your own authenticity of what you want and deserve. All right, Gemini, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Gemini, how do you think this person feels about you versus how do they actually feel? Is your intuition correct about this person, or is it not in alignment? We're going to find out. Gemini's person, how does Gemini think this person feels about them? How does Gemini's person think that they feel about them? You think this person looks at you as somebody that they're going to have a future with, somebody that makes them really happy, emotionally content, satisfied. You feel like this person is just holding back and keeping that a secret. How they actually feel, they feel like they're fighting themselves to give you the commitment they know that you deserve. They know you deserve a commitment. So if this is a casual connection, they do know you do deserve a commitment. So how they actually feel is they're fighting themselves. And it could be because they're not ready. They're not in a position to give up other people that they're talking to. They know that you are somebody who's ideal commitment material, but there's some outside interference that is sabotaging them from giving it to you. So let's get one piece of advice. What's the advice for Gemini? What does Gemini need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? 17, nurturing my soul. It says, growth on all levels is a priority. So I will take the time to nurture my soul with wisdom and positivity. And it feels like the book of knowledge. You know, there's these books here. You're learning the knowledge about what you want and what you don't want. Trusting your own intuition to discern what you need to do. All right, Cancer. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Cancer, how do you think this person feels about you versus how do they actually feel? Cancer, how do you think they feel versus how they actually feel? Cancer and their person, how does Cancer think this person feels? You think that this person is okay with the two of you just being friends. You feel like, you think this person feels like you're better friends than anything. Maybe you're even coworkers. How they actually feel? Yep, you're right. They do feel that the two of you are better friends, that they have a lot of passion and desire to be close with you, like emotionally, but it's more of a platonic, not a romantic form or fashion. You are somebody who brings a lot of light into their life, and they do like that. You are somebody that they have a lot of fun with. Maybe they laugh and have a good time with, but it does look like how you think they feel about you is a friend, and that's exactly how they feel about you, is they do have you in the friend zone. So let's get one card of advice. What is the self-care advice for Cancer at this time? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? I'm going to take this card because it is calling on the bottom. Okay, number 33, be loud and powerful. I'm maintaining my standards and ideas, and I'm proudly loud and powerful about them. So if you have an idea that you want a relationship, then you need to be loud and proud of that. You don't have to dim your own light and be put in the friend zone if that's not really what you're wanting. And this person does look at you as a friend, so maybe this is just not your person for a romantic partnership. Maybe it is just a platonic friendship. Leo, If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Leo, how do you think your person feels about you versus how do they actually feel? How do you think they feel versus how they actually feel for Leo and their person? Okay, you think, we got the sun coming out first. So Leo, you think that this person wants to heal things with you. The Wheel of Fortune, they want to move forward. They, you feel this person feels happy with you and content. How they actually feel? Five of Cups, Nine of Swords. They feel like they can't trust you, Leo. They feel like things have changed or things need to change. Maybe the trust has been compromised at some point. There's a lot of hurt and disappointment. This person feels that they maybe wear a mask in front of you. This could be a reconciliation, maybe with a Pisces, I'm hearing. Okay, so let's get some advice for Leo. What is the advice? What is the guidance, self-care advice for Leo at this time? What does Leo need to know? 3, change is good. It says, I am strong enough to give up bad habits. Change is for good, and I have this. So giving up something in order to get something else in return, and maybe giving up the optimistic outlook that it's going to work out with this person, to realize that maybe you got to change up to get somebody else that's actually better, somebody who's better yoked with you. Virgo, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Virgo, how do you think this person feels about you versus how do they actually feel? Let's see what it is. Virgo's person, how do they think, how does Virgo think this person feels about them? The Tower and the Star. So you feel like this person feels that, yes, you've had a major Tower moment. The rug got pulled out from underneath the both of you, but you feel like this person is hopeful and optimistic to heal this connection and reinvent it. How do they actually feel? The Moon and the Four of Swords. You know, secretly they're at peace that it's ended. They've accepted that it's ended, and they're okay with that it's ended. It doesn't look like you guys are in alignment with how you think they feel versus how they actually feel. This person secretly doesn't want to tell you they're actually at peace that it's over. So let's get one card of advice for you. Virgo, what is the self-care advice that Virgo needs to know? What do they need to hear? 31, visualizing my wildest dreams. I know the power of my thoughts, and visualizing them will lead me to live the life of my wildest dreams. Okay. Libra, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Libra, how do you think your person feels versus how do they actually feel about you, Libra? Let's find out how you think they feel versus how they actually feel. Libra and their person. Libra. Justice for how you think they feel, and Nine of Swords. You feel like things were imbalanced. You feel like your person feels like things were imbalanced and that you compromised their trust. How they actually feel, Nine of Wands, Page of Cups. They feel like you owe them an apology, that you did compromise their trust, that you took them through the ringer, and they're still waiting for you to be more sensitive and give them that apology. So you are pretty much in alignment with how you think they feel versus how they actually feel. Let's get one card of advice for Libra. What is the advice for Libra? What is the best advice or guidance Libra needs to know at this time? Number 11, I am worthy. I deserve more than just a comfortable and easy life. I'm worthy of so much more. All right, Scorpio. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Scorpio, how do you think your person feels versus how do they actually feel about you, Scorpio? Let's find out. Scorpio's person, how does they think you feel versus how do you think they feel about you versus how they actually feel about you? You think the Temperance and the High Priestess. You think intuitively that this person wants to heal things, that they're just being patient, but the two of you secretly do want to heal things. How do they actually feel? Page of Cups, and the Justice. The truth is, they do want to heal things. They do think that there needs to be forgiveness on both parts, not just yours, not just theirs, but for both of you. That you both need to be a little bit more sensitive to each other to balance things out. So you are pretty in alignment with that. Let's get one card of advice for Scorpio. What is the best advice? What's the guidance that Scorpio needs to know? What do they need to hear at this time? Scorpio. Number 13. Unbecoming everything I'm not. I'm not changing for anything or anyone. I'm celebrating pure authenticity and unbecoming everything I am not. All right, Sagittarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Sagittarius, how do you think your person feels versus how do they actually feel about you? Sagittarius, how do you think they feel versus how they actually feel? Sagittarius and their person. Seven of Cups, King of Cups. You think that this person has their options, or you think this person thinks you have your options open, even though they love you. How you actually feel about them, you do love them, the Lovers and the Page of Cups. If you're in separation, you feel that both of you need to be more sensitive to each other's needs, that you need to make the choice to be forgiving both of each other. Give me one more on that. And the Justice. Yeah, balancing things out, trying to make things fair and right. All right, let's get one card of advice for Sagittarius. What is the advice that Sagittarius needs to know? What do they need to hear to serve their highest good? Number 27, focusing is key. I can handle setbacks and use them to grow. Focusing helps me to achieve everything that I truly desire. All right. Capricorn, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Capricorn, how do you think your person feels about you versus how do they actually feel about Capricorn? How they think you feel about them versus how they actually feel. Capricorn. How you think they feel, the Hermit and the Knight of Wands. That sometimes they like to be alone, or sometimes you like to be alone, and sometimes you come in maybe just for an intimate relationship. How they actually feel is the Ace of Cups and King of Cups. This person loves you. They have a lot of love and emotion for you, and they're happy with opening up these feelings and emotions. So you think that they're just using you for intimate or a good time, but that's not what it is. They actually do love you. All right, let's get one card of advice for Capricorn. What is the best advice or guidance, self-care for Capricorn? What do they need to know? Number 14, honoring my inner light. It says, the times when I let my brightness dim are over. I fully honor my inner light. All right, Aquarius. If you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website is TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. Aquarius, how do you think your person feels versus how do they actually feel about you? Aquarius. How do you think they feel versus how they actually feel? Aquarius. Eight of Swords, Two of Wands. You think this person's really caught up in their head. They have a negative light about the situation, but they're not moving forward. How they actually feel? Nine of Wands and the Queen of Cups. They do love you. The problem is they don't trust you, and that's where the conflict is. So you feel like this person gets caught up and they're not moving forward because they have a negative light about the situation, but they do feel like they can't trust you. Something has been said or done that has compromised the trust. Maybe there's just been a lot of fighting or something. All right, let's get one card of advice for Aquarius. What is the best advice or guidance that Aquarius needs to know? What do they need to hear to serve their highest good? Number 28, rediscovering myself. My true self is showing up more and more. Who I am and what I do is confirmed day after day. So maybe reconnecting in nature. Animals can also be therapeutic to rediscover who you are outside of this connection. Pisces, if you want your own personalized in-depth reading, my website's TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. All right, Pisces, how do you think your person feels versus how do they actually feel about you? Let's see if you are correct. Pisces, how they think their person feels. Queen of Wands and Death. that they're passionate to changing the connection, transforming the connection, or ending the connection. How they actually feel. Eight of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. They are very critical. They feel like they need to be critical, but they are putting certain boundaries in place because they're working really, really hard to accomplish something. Maybe you feel like they're taking the lead to change things, but they're actually taking the lead to change things maybe in their finances, maybe their career. Give me one more. Yeah, Five of Swords. There might be a lot of fighting because this person may work a lot and you feel like they're getting ready to break it off or end things with you because they have certain boundaries in place. They do have certain boundaries in place, but it's because they're working. So let's get one card of advice for Pisces. What is the advice? What is the guidance for Pisces at this time? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Okay. 22, soften my heart. It says, I'm no longer willing to let bad experiences take over my heart. It's time to let go of the negativity.